Howdy, welcome to Junk Monkey Treasures. My name is Rob, and I'm a treasure hunter. I go out to thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales, wherever I can to find treasures. Mostly to sell online for a profit, but occasionally we add something to our personal collection. Today started out as kind of a bummer of a day. I was out here cleaning in the shop, and I knocked a Fenton vase off the shelf and shattered it. Poor little Fenton. Oh well, it happens. It happens to me occasionally. But that's okay. We tried to save it, and we can still possibly save it. There are people out there who like broken art glass. They take the pieces and repurpose them into something else. Sometimes they polish it into jewelry pieces. Sometimes there's people out there that make modern day reproductions of Stone Age flint tools. But any kind of number of things can be done with them. So I don't throw anything away except for the little tiny shards and pieces. So that started as a day out on a negative note, and it's gloomy and gray and raining already. But then we had some great sales come through. Last time we were outsourcing, while we were sourcing, this sold, and then we found another copy of it right then and there, which is great because I didn't have any in back stock. This is a Black Diamond Walt Disney The Jungle Book VHS tape. And yes, they do sell. This one sold for $6.99 plus shipping. We also sold a CD of Schoolhouse Rocks. And then this morning, yesterday, I listed one of the teacup and saucer sets that we picked up in a recent video. Listed it yesterday, sold it this morning. We ended up getting $30 for this one. We thought the price range was between $40 and who knows what. This one ended up being on the lower end of the scale. I listed it at $50, turned on offers, and we sold it for $30. We only paid $2 for it, and for that quick of a flip, I took it. And last but certainly not least, we sold a vintage Seth Thomas clock. Now this one is not made in America. This one has a German movement in it, and it's in fantastic shape, runs great, keeps decent time. One thing you have to remember when you're transporting these things or shipping them, always take the pendulum off. And it's always a great idea to have a key for it. Luckily this one came with a key, but I work in a watch and clock repair shop, so getting a key for one is not that big a deal. So we're going to get all of this packaged up, we're going to get it shipped out, and then we'll get you into a thrift store, probably my local Goodwill, and we're going to shop the shelves and see if we can't find us some treasure. So like and subscribe, come along for the ride, and I'll see you out there. Just realized that I didn't get you guys a good look at this clock. This is called a steeple clock. You can imagine why. But it tells the time, and it also strikes the hour and the half hour. And we'll see if we can get it to do that for you right now. Should be a single gong. There we go. And then when we move up here, it should hit 11 times. I'm not going to sit here and make you listen to all 11 chimes on it. But a beautiful little clock. We sold it for $89. I think we may have paid $10 or $12 for the clock. All right, folks, next time you see me, we will be in the thrift store. Just like that, we are in the thrift store. What you didn't see is the 3 or 4 hours worth of work I had to do before I could leave to come out here. And we have already found a piece of Fenton to replace the piece we broke this morning. Not as good as the piece we found, or we broke, but they had new carts rolling out as I walked up. Got us a paperweight, piece of Fenton, and a lusterware tray to look up. See if it's got any marked. Haviland, France. So that's Limoges. And look right here. Look at that cutie pie. We will look that up. And just to do my due diligence, we will look at this coffee or teapot, see if it's hallmarked. It has some kind of marking on it, but it looks like somebody recently cleaned it to get a look at that mark. I will take a picture and blow it up later and double check it. Right now we need to see if anything else good has been put out. It's rainy and wet today, and for some reason that brings a lot of people in, but many of those are not actually shoppers. They're just coming in to get in out of the weather for a bit. There's some pretty little candle holders, votive holders, but they're all very modern, brand new. This little guy is still here. Ooh, that's a pretty, ooh, it has a original sticker on it. We will get a better look at that sticker later, and I'll let you know what it is. There is a cute little soap dish. How much is that? $3.79. I'm gonna put that in the cart and think about it. I might take that home for personal use. I've got a cheap little plastic one in my bathroom at the moment. Oh, look at this tile with this cat on it for 79 cents. You jump in my cart. It's going to be a frog kind of day. I'll show you what I spotted them as I was headed for the new cart that was rolling out. But apparently somebody has brought their frog collection in. Very modern piece of glass. See, there's some more frogs. Now, if you see the frog with the crown on its head, the frog prince, so to speak, and it's made out of brass or bronze, that's a very good pickup. I've found 2 or 3 of them over the years, and they always do well. That's vintage. It's a big candle holder. But when it comes to candle holders, I almost insist that there be a pair. Don't know why that's a thing, but it is a thing. It's hard to sell a single candle holder. You gotta have both of them. Let's see, I see no new milk glass. Let's look. We had a bunch of cup and saucer sets. I saw cups and saucers, they just don't match, that have come out also. But we're gonna poke around and look, see if there are any matching sets that are worth picking up. We've already sold one that we picked up last time. It's very thin, not very well made, and has a modern sticker on it. All right, folks, I'll bring you back in if I find anything else. Folks, we just picked up this Mitsubishi VCR with remote. It's an early one. It's a metal case. It's only got the 2 RCA jacks. There's a bunch listed, but only a few sold. And they sell for about $40, but they're very long-tailed. So we're going to end up putting that back. However, if you've been watching, you saw me look at this one day last week. And it is red tagged now, so it's half off today. So that means we're going to pay $6.50 for it. The comps on this is anywhere from $50 to $100. So we're going to put that in the cart. And we got another VCR down there to look at. Let me get this in the cart and I'll show you the next VCR. Still waiting on our chance to go look at that other VCR. We got the leg massager down there on the bottom of the cart. I've been watching this too. This is a Sony Space Saver style CD player, and it's on half off, but it's missing its hardware. The hardware is worth more money than the unit is. This unit without the hardware sells for about 20 bucks. So I think we're just gonna leave that one here. Let somebody else deal with that. Folks, I gave up trying to show you the other VCR. There's a fellow over there that's just being obnoxious. So we'll leave him to it. We'll come look at the rest of the store. I'll take you back over there. If it's still there, I'll show it to you. Unfortunately, it is an older one. It's off-brand Criterion. It's got the metal case and only 2 RCA jacks on it. So I'll get you a look at it if I can, and it's still on the shelf. But meanwhile, we will look at this paperweight here that's in the form of a piece of candy corn. They want $6.79 for it. You know what? I'm going to get it. It's been a long time since we had this many good finds, or at least halfway decent finds. So we're going to take what we can get, and we're not going to throw a fit. Unless we get another obnoxious person, then I just might have to throw me a fit. Seems to be a lot of them out and about today. Circle around back here through the furniture. Get a look. That aisle is blocked off. All right, folks, I am going to fight my way up there through them shoes and then go check out the media, and I'll be back with you when I find something. We found a single pair of Nikes to look up. They're over there in the cart, but it looks like a whole collection of the Dukes of Hazzard TV show VHS. I just took a minute and looked it up, and for all of those, it would be like 25 bucks is what I could sell them for if they would sell. So I think we're going to leave those behind, even though that was one of my favorite shows as a child. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, here's the Nikes. These are Court something or another here. The Court Vision Alta. We will look these up. They're not in bad shape. They need to be cleaned. A little bit of heel drag. But we'll look them up and see if they're worth buying. Although I've got a ton of shoes at the house right now that need a lot less cleaning. So unless those are $75 or plus, sell through, sold comps or whatever on them, we'll probably put those back. All right, let me get off of here. I'm going to look around and see if we can find something else. All right, folks, we have found what appears to be an old clock, but it's not really. It's a quartz clock. It's got a cheap $4 movement in it. The case is a combination of a coat hanger and a display shelf. And as nice as it is, being made out of solid oak, it is super heavy. It's really large. It would take a $10 box to ship that thing in, and it's probably only worth about 20 bucks. So we're going to end up leaving that here. And we're going to sneak over here, see if I can show you guys that other VCR, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, the 2 jacks. RCA jacks come in red, yellow, and white. It'll be your left sound channel, your right sound channel, and your video. And this is like an off-brand Criterion HQ. They want $12.79 for it. It is metal, so it's a fairly early one. And your hookups right here are just yellow and white. One of them is for going in, one's going out. So not the greatest VCR. That Mitsubishi we looked at earlier is a better one, and even it doesn't sell very well. So that's what I was talking about on the VCRs. All right, let me get off here and see if I can't find you something else. Oh, the things I find at Goodwill. It's a nice little set of coasters. I'm not going to buy it, but would you? Well, folks, they brought out one more new cart. There's not going to be another one for a while. It's going on 4 o'clock. I was able to grab this big bag of Star Wars Lego stuff. There's a lot of parts and pieces, and there's a lot of minifigs in it. And it's only $4.79, so we're going to get that. We're going to head to the house, and I'll get you guys a proper haul at the end of this video. So here in just a second or two, I'll see you back at the shop. Well, folks, that was a pretty doggone good trip into the Goodwill today. It was a fairly quick trip in there. I ended up spending a little time because they were actually bringing carts out regularly, and was able to pull some good stuff. Now, I left a few things behind. That candy corn shaped paperweight, it was unsigned, the bottom was unfinished, and they wanted $7 for it. In reality, about $8 is all I could get for it. Maybe if I had a paperweight show in the next 2 weeks, I could get 8 to 12 for it. But I'm well stocked on paperweights right now, so I didn't pick that one up. But we did get this one. This is a made in China. Their flowers are very indicative, and quite honestly, I like their flowers. One of the ways you can tell the Chinese ones is not only the flowers, but the bottoms will be fairly rough ground, rough sanded. Whereas pretty much everybody else polishes the bottom of theirs. So we paid $3 for that one. We should get somewhere between 6 and 12 for it in a paperweight sale. We picked up this purple pumpkin. This has got the original sticker on it. Right there, it says Bohemia Glass, and it's made in Czechoslovakia, so it is vintage. And it's hollow, but it's still a paperweight. It's still substantial enough to be a paperweight. And you can see what I'm talking about. The bottom is polished. But I am an absolute sucker for an original sticker on vintage glass. We paid a little over $4 for that one. And we should be able to get somewhere in the $12 range for it. Maybe a little more. Let's see. This is glorified nonsense. Every once in a while I have a Critters and Figurines sale over there on Knickknacks, and stuff like this is just awesome for that. There's some really great buyers over there. They love their cats. So I pick up anything cat related that looks really cool and is possibly vintage or is vintage, or even if it's retro looking. This one, I'm not 100% sure how much age it's got to it. I think it started life as a trivet or a coaster. It's got some remnants of some cork on the back. So it may have actually been a wall hanger, because it's got too much 3D detail in it for it to be an actual coaster. But it's still a nice piece. And for 79 cents, we'll probably get somewhere in the $8 range. That's a pretty standard number for me. $8, so 8 to 12. Sometimes I'll take 6. If nobody buys it in the auction, I'll buy it now for $6 and just let it go. Started this day out rough, and my nerves have just been a little raw all day. Anyway, I broke a piece of Fenton. Oh, I'm so mad at myself still. I hate it when I break a piece of glass, and it was a really nice vase. It was a sea mist green iridescent vase. Beautiful piece of glass, and it is no more. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, this is one of my favorite forms, right up there with the rose bowls. This one is just clear glass, and it's unmarked. Doesn't have the little Fenton oval in it, so we know it's pre-1972. And being clear glass and a more common form, we paid $4 for it. We'll get $8 to $12 for it, unless we get one of these basket weave bowl collectors who doesn't have a clear one. Maybe they'll pay as much as $12 to $14 for it, but I'm glad to have it. This serving tray or platter is Haviland, France, so it's Limoges. It's lusterware, it's Art Deco. I cannot find one anywhere online that is identical to it, but similar pieces called the cloverleaf pattern. This is not the cloverleaf pattern, but it's the same general shape, just a different pattern with the decoration. I see those in the $80 to $100 range. I think we'll put this one up for, I don't know, $69, and we'll turn on offers and just see how that goes. So that was a good thing. You've probably seen me talk about this in one of my earlier videos within the last 2 to 3 weeks. This is a leg massager. You plug it into the wall, it's got a control thing here, and you put your calves or your ankles or your heels up on here, and it massages them. Believe it or not, the comps for that are anywhere from $50 to $100. So we will get that listed. We ended up paying $6.50 for it. Not a bad buy. I keep big boxes around specifically for when I find stuff like this, but I do know it can be long-tailed, meaning it may take a while to sell. So what I'll do is, after I get all the pictures taken, get it cleaned up, get it pictured, get it drafted, get it listed, I'll go ahead and box it up, mark it, and put it on a high shelf somewhere out of the way. And that brings us to one of my favorite things to find, is a bag full of Lego. And there are several minifigures in here, and it looks like the vast majority of everything in here is Star Wars related. There's the ship from The Mandalorian in here. I don't know that that piece is Lego. It's probably not, but there's a Star Wars Lego ship in here. 2 different sizes of the TIE fighters, and like I said, a bunch of minifigures. And some of those can be really, really good. So I got to get this apart. I got to see how much of the Star Wars spaceships I can salvage, and then all of the minifigures. Some of these minifigures Average on them will be $6 to $10, but some of them can be a lot of money. So I have to look each one of them up. I can't tell you which ones off the top of my head are most expensive, but there you go. So that's what we got today on our little treasure hunting adventure, and I'm so glad you stuck with me and went along with me on my little treasure hunting adventure. I hope to see you in future treasure hunting adventures, and again, I can't thank you enough. So y'all come back now, you hear?